Hey, what's up? This is Ill Tal Music. Today we're going to be doing a vinyl focused episode, and I'm going to be taking you through some of my rare Wu-Tang related records. So this isn't going to be limited to just the core Wu-Tang members. This is also going to include Wu affiliates and also some Staten Island Shaolin influence stuff as well. So there was a period of my life when pretty much all I listened to was Wu-Tang related. I want to say this is probably like 1996 to probably like 1999. I used to have a Wu-Tang webpage back in the day, some real low budget GeoCities type of thing, and I also used to sell these, so you actually know what my name really stands for now. But before we get into it, just want to say, as some of you are probably already expecting, my album F.A.M still available, maybe like 13 copies left at this point, still a bunch of cassettes left over, and if you haven't checked it out, go listen to it from the link in my description, or if you're watching this on IGTV, the link in my profile. So first up, we got some bootleg instrumental albums. First, Old Dirty Bastard returns at 36 chambers. It looks like it's official, but this is definitely a bootleg. Then we got Ghostface Killah, Iron Man, and also GZA Liquid Swords. So from what I understand, these LPs were actually taken from the versions that were used when Wu-Tang would perform live, so somebody must have bootlegged them. I've never seen Tikal. For Only Built for Cuban Links, I actually have a bootleg CD with the instrumentals, so it must exist somewhere, but I've never seen it. Next up, we got the DJ Mighty Mind remix of Ghostface, All That I Got Is You. This is the white label that was released before it was official. I think I got this, if you guys remember back in the day, if you were ordering vinyl online from Sandbox Automatic. For this one, we got a rare 12-inch from Old Dirty Bastard. This is the Shimmy Shimmy Ya remix with MC Eiht and E40. This is not my favorite remix in the world. It was during a time when they were trying to do a lot of East Coast, West Coast collaborations. It's cool, but it's harder to find, so I picked it up. So this next record has a little bit of history behind it in terms of Wu-Tang canon. So this is Pop the Brown Hornet, Let's Go the Lap, and Can You Woo Woo Woo. So he was considered kind of like a Wu-Tang affiliate. He gets a shout out on the first album if you listen. And then he ended up becoming a member of GP Wu, which I'll get into in another time. But basically, from what I've heard from interviews and stuff like that, he was actually supposed to be one of the Wu-Tang members, and I think he got replaced by maybe like Method Man or something. So his next record isn't directly Wu-Tang affiliated, but I would consider it in the Shaolin Staten Island category. You know, once Wu-Tang kind of blew up, there was a lot of other artists in Staten Island that took on the Shaolin moniker. So this is one of those records. This is Shaolin style. So it's basically an EP. It has like a break beat on here and then like 2.5 songs. One's a snippet that just like cuts off in the middle. I don't know why. It's actually one of the better songs on here. I believe this record is actually pretty rare. I think there's another version that has a red label, and then there's even like a cassette. If anybody has any more information on this, let me know. Like the names of the artists on here are Rugged Assassins and Gifted. I thought this was dope at the time. It's pretty cool underground stuff, so you should check it out if you ever get the chance. This next one is a well-known song, but the record itself is semi-rare. We got Cappadonna 97 Mentality. This is the real version. From what I understand, there's also a bootleg. I don't know if it has the sticker on it. But for those that don't know, this was originally supposed to be on a compilation that was produced by RZA called Blunted Soul. Next up, we got another one from Cappadonna. This is Cappadonna Taking Drastic Measures. What could I say about this? Let me see. If you've ever heard this, it's pretty whack. Not gonna lie. Not because of Cappadonna. From what I understand, these two dudes, I think it was two rappers or a rapper-producer duo, and I'm assuming at the time they paid for a verse for Cappadonna. His verses are right, the other verses, whatever, no disrespect if you guys are watching right now, but this was kind of nervous back then. So this is another one of those not Wu-Tang affiliated, but kind of Wu-Tang affiliated records. Camouflage Large, obviously they got their name from the Raekwon intro. The single Hitmen Holdin Still with Cock Back to 9. It's pretty dope. It's dope underground. I think this single's actually kind of rare, but there's some names on here I do recognize, like Joe Quinn, and this was actually recorded at D&D. This next record is from La the Darkman. So he came out with a debut album, which one of the versions was on here, and then the song with Raekwon, which this is probably most known for, was on there as well. I actually like the version on the 12-inch a little better. His debut album was actually really dope, and it had a lot of great production on it, so if you've never heard it, check it out. So next up, I got a bunch of records from the Gravediggaz. So the Gravediggaz 6 Feet Deep is probably one of my favorite hip-hop albums of all time. I think it's severely underrated. I think the RZA production, the Prince Paul production, the rhymes from everybody, I think it's just a great album front to back. Most of the songs on that album were remixed. A lot of it was imports, so they're hard to find, at least in the US. So first up, we got the 6 Feet Deep EP. This is import only. The reason it has the same name as the album is because in the UK and Europe, 6 Feet Deep was known under a different name. So these have a bunch of different remixes on there from the album. There's multiple versions. Definitely check them out. Look them up on YouTube. They're out there. Also, I have these two Gravediggaz records. This is the Double Suicide Pack. This was released in the US. This mostly has 1-800-Suicide remixes. And then there's a bunch of other import remixes on this one as well. This next one is another Staten Island group, Now Born Click. They had a couple 12 inches. This is the rarest one from what I understand. Again, I think I got this on Sandbox Automatic. So this is the single Movin and X-Fyles. Yo, these two beats out here are crazy. I really wish this would have blown up a little bit more on the underground. I never really heard it outside of my own copy. This next record is pretty rare. It took me a while to find. Authorized F.A.M. So this has 3 songs on it. This group had Cappadonna's little brother, Lounger Lou, in it, I believe. There's no credits on this. It's literally just this and this. Doesn't even have the song titles. I've seen the song titles on Discogs. I don't know where they came from, but people just kind of name them that way or what. But let me tell you something. The 3 beats on this single are super dope, and I really wish I knew who produced them. If you know, let me know in the comments, because like, these are some of my favorite beats of that era, especially Caught My Eye is really dope. So I know I said this was going to be a vinyl focus episode, but I want to throw this one cassette in here because I'm not going to make a cassette video. This is Raekwon, the Chef, latest and greatest hits. So what this is a promo cassette that was released before, only built for Cuban links. This has a freestyle that was on Hot 97 that isn't anywhere else. It's over the Mad Isn't beat by Channel Live. So I actually got this at a local record store. It was really like punk and heavy metal. I don't even know why this was in there. I guess they just sent it to him as a promo. He put it in his cassette single section. I bought it when I was like, this came out in 1994. So I was like 12 years old. But I remember it was like $7 or something like that. And this was before like anybody knew about Only Built for Cuban Links really coming out. So this was really exclusive at the time. And last but not least, where it all started from, Wu-Tang's first 12-inch single. This is Protect Your Neck with After the Laughter, not Tears, because at the time it was known as After the Laughter. So this is not the bootleg. There are bootleg versions of this. I think you could tell because it has a barcode here and it may have a different readout on the matrix. So what makes this special, besides being Wu-Tang's first official single, it has a different version of Tears on it. If you're familiar with the Wu-Tang demo tape, this is the version that's on there. It has more raw vocals. This is also the version that DJ Premier scratches on J. Rue the Damages Ain't the Devil Happy. So that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed taking a look through some of my rare Wu-Tang records. I got plenty of other videos lined up, more beat breakdowns, more rare record videos, and then also some random stuff thrown in there, like taking you through my studio and some of my equipment. Maybe even a random repair video, because a lot of this old stuff breaks down sometimes, and maybe you want to see me solder a little bit. I don't know. Peace.